You hear street gang, and you probably don't think career path, right? I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but for MS-13, one of the most notorious gangs on the planet, there's actually this clear, brutal, and surprisingly structured ladder to climb. So let's do it. Let's pull back the curtain and see what that journey to the top really, truly looks like.
So yeah, what does that path actually look like? How does a kid on the corner become a kingpin calling all the shots? We're going to break down the promotions, the pay scale, and the unbelievable price you pay at every single level of the MS-13 organization.
Okay, so first things first. Everything's got a starting point. For a future MS-13 member, that start is young, it's unpaid, and it is incredibly dangerous. This is basically the interview process, and it's all about one thing: proving you're loyal.
It starts when you're just a kid, maybe 14 years old. You're a pandillero, which basically means you're a lookout. You're just hanging around, running errands, keeping an eye out for cops or rival gangs. And your pay? Zero. Nothing. Because this isn't about money. Not yet. It's a test. They're watching you, seeing if you can keep your mouth shut, seeing if you can be trusted.
Okay, so after months of this, if you've proven yourself, you get what's called checked in. And the initiation, it is absolutely brutal. Here's how it goes down. 13 members form a circle around you, and they beat you for exactly 13 seconds. You can't fight back, you can't run, you just have to survive. And if you do, you're in. You get a new name, a new identity, and you are officially part of the family.
So you have to ask, why would anyone go through that? Well, for a kid who feels invisible, maybe at school, maybe lost in a tough neighborhood, the gang offers an identity. All of a sudden, you're not anonymous anymore. You're protected. You belong to something. You're somebody.
But here's the catch, and it is the most important rule of them all. Blood in, blood out. It means exactly what it sounds like. The only way you join is through violence, and the only way you leave is by dying. There is no going back. Ever.
So, once you're in, it's time to get to work. This is your first real job. This is the moment you start earning. And it's the moment the risks just go through the roof.
And here it is, your first paycheck. As a soldier on the streets, you can pull in about $200 a week. Now think about that. For a 16-year-old kid, that is a fortune. It's more money than they've ever seen. It feels like power. It's your way to buy the shoes, the phone, the respect you could never get before.
But that money, it comes at a hell of a price. Your job description is intense. You're moving drug packages. You're the muscle collecting so-called protection payments from local businesses. And when a rival gang member is spotted in your territory, you are expected to go hunting. And if you get caught, you do the time, and you don't say a word.
Now, if you survive being a soldier, and that's a big if, promotions are possible. This is where we really start to see a serious management structure take shape.
And this is where it really starts to look like a twisted corporation. By the time you're 19, you could be a veterano, a veteran. You're managing a few blocks and the soldiers who work them. Make it to 24, if you're smart and ruthless enough, you become a palabrero. That's the clique leader. You're the one giving the orders now.
And the money, the financial incentive is just staggering. A veterano is making around $1,500 a week. A lot of money. But that jump to palabrero, it's massive. We're talking up to $10,000 a week. The money, the respect, the power, it all just explodes with each promotion.
And with that power comes a truly terrifying responsibility. As a palabrero, your word is absolute law for the 30 or 40 members under you. You can give a green light on someone. And a green light? That's a death sentence, an order to have them killed.
So what's next? Well, if you survive being a target at that middle management level, you just might reach the executive suite of the streets, the corner office.
By age 30, you are ancient by gang standards. Seriously. But if you make it, you might become a runfleto, a regional leader. You're not on the corner anymore. You're operating from the shadows, running MS-13's operations across an entire city, like a real CEO.
And look at your responsibilities now. They look just like a C-suite executive's. You're negotiating directly with powerful drug cartels, you're managing supply chains, you're laundering millions of dollars through legit businesses, car washes, nightclubs, and you're handling the politics between different MS-13 factions. But here is the most fascinating and honestly the most shocking twist in this entire corporate structure. The ultimate power, the real power. It's not even on the streets. Not at all. It's held by the shot callers,
And these are the leaders who run the entire organization from inside a maximum security prison. Yeah, you heard that right.
I mean, just think about that for a second. A Rand Flairell on the outside is a CEO, sure, powerful, wealthy. But inside prison, where MS-13 controls entire cell blocks, the shot callers are kings. They have literally traded their freedom for absolute authority, sending orders out to the streets that have to be followed, no questions asked.
This whole career path, from that first day as a lookout all the way up to kingpin, it all leads to one inevitable place. There is no happy ending here.
There's no 401k. There's no retirement plan. You can't just quit. You can't cash out your shares and just walk away into the sunset. Remember that first rule we talked about? Blood in, blood out. You are in this for life.
So let's just look at the final bill. The true cost of a life spent climbing this ladder. First up, time. 21 years. 2 decades of your life just gone, given to the gang.
Next, the physical cost. This person survived being shot 4 separate times. In the gang, that's seen as a badge of honor, but each one leaves a permanent scar, inside and out.
And finally, the moral cost. And this is the heaviest of all. To rise up in this world, you have to take lives. It's a non-negotiable part of the job. In this case, 3 people killed.
And after all of that, the violence, the prison sentences, the money, the power, the end is often just sitting in a car, looking back at the exact spot where it all began. You see a new kid, just 14, standing on that same corner. He's hungry, he's looking for respect, and he's about to take the very first step on the exact same ladder. Which leaves us with the biggest question of all. How do you even begin to break a cycle like this?